So it's not that he doesn't want to open up to you. It is that he has been taught only 3 ways of being able to express his emotions by society. 1, anger/hunger, because a hungry man is a angry man. Anyway, excuse my love for reggae, but anger does all the things. It's a one-stop shop. You can literally throw any form of, or almost any form of emotional expression under the umbrella of anger. Disappointed, you're sad, you are irritated, you are annoyed, you are frustrated. Like, so many different things, different emotional expressions can be literally thrown under the umbrella of anger. Why that happens, I'm not entirely sure, but my assumption and my guess is a man needs to always protect himself because no one else will be able to do it for him. So if he presents himself as weak, which is what vulnerability does, he then exposes himself to danger, and because no one else will protect him, he has to then repel danger. What does this man perceive as danger? Vulnerability, because vulnerability is a weakness. We're not going to debate it, man. Because vulnerability is a weakness, because he has to protect himself from danger that is going to come because of said weakness, he then does his best to repel it. What is the best and most effective and efficient way to repel something is to be stronger than that particular thing. So in terms of expression, anger is one of the most pure, raw, powerful emotions that one can emit. So that's why anger is usually the go-to expression for confusion, for frustration, for annoyance, for you name it. And this is, I'm not a therapist. I'm just a man. I've just been a man for 30 years. That like I'm not in it. Please do not take my word and run to the church and go and marry no. I am not God, and I am not a therapist. I am just speaking from experience and from shared experience with other men. Anyway, and when I say other men, I mean like brethren. Don't get it twisted. Anyway, 2, horny. Your man is horny. You're like, right? However, that can also mask a few emotions like happiness, like anxiety. A lot of the times we, especially as boys, we have been so hypersexualized that if it is that we are not expressing ourselves through some form of sexual expression, then something not right, something not right. So horniness is one of those umbrella expressions that anxiety is thrown under, maybe even confusion, that you care from someone else, especially their partner, has given them, like, oh, you care for me, you must want me, right? But it's probably further from the fact that they are actually horny, but because they have mentally connected, okay, I've been cared for by this person, I must then reciprocate sexually. Or I am happy, I must then express it sexually. Or I don't know what go on here, so, but we can take it out through sexual expression. So it's another umbrella emotion, right? So don't get mad. You just need to dig under the layer and try to actually figure out what's going on. And then finally, happiness or joy. I think this is a little bit more straightforward, and most men tend to have a decent understanding of joy and happiness. However, I think where things go either left field or things can get slightly toxic is a man's happiness is usually linked to his net worth. And nothing is wrong with building your net worth. However, if it is that your happiness is linked to something that is so fleeting or something that is external, then you will never experience true joy. And there's a difference between joy. Happiness comes and goes, fine, life goes on, life happens. However, joy that you need to experience in your life is constant. It is covenantal almost. Joy is, oh, yo, wake up this morning, it's just a beautiful day. I take pleasure in this particular experience. Joy. And that is not dependent on necessarily situation, but it's dependent on self-worth. It's dependent on a secured identity. And for me, and I invite you as men, I invite anyone else that's listening, the best form of personal security, the best form of identity security that one can have is in Christ. And he has changed my life tremendously over the last 20 years. And I do not know where I would be if I did not have him. So those are the emotions that men tend to have. That's why he doesn't necessarily open up, because opening up means expressing something that is not in his emotional vocabulary yet. And that's for another video. All right, big up on himself.